your email list is literally your moneymaker. I don't care what anybody says, even old 2019 me, your email list is a complete centerpiece of your entire business. And when I think about combining the mindset plus the strategy around emails, when we have those both in place, it really creates magic, not only for you, but also for the clients on the other side. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the power of email, why building our email list is so important, and ultimately, like, what it gets to do for you and the people on the other side. So let's get into it. So real quick, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the backstory. One of the great things, and this is all growth, okay? So and I'm not even ashamed about it because it's the simple matter of the fact that like I worked with what I had. So in 2019 and early 2020, I was growing my email list. I didn't really know what I was doing with it, but I was growing it. I was sending out emails with the autoresponder. Shout out, we use ActiveCampaign. But I was sending emails, but I wasn't really optimizing it. I didn't know what I was doing. They were getting sent out. I wrote some emails. They were pretty decent. I've always had really high open rates on my emails, more to that to come. But besides that, like I wasn't necessarily seeing sales from it. And I just, like everybody else, like had an email list because I was told to have an email list, and that was that. But one of the angles I used back in the day was that like, can I open up my connect to clients membership? One of the big angles that I had used in that moment was you could grow your audience without needing a big email list, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because at the time, all the industry gurus were like, you need to grow this massive email list to make a lot of money. And I was like, that's false, because I'm over here doing 10, 20K, even I had got to a 30K month without really doing anything with my email list, simply from doing the old, like using some ads. Eventually, I didn't start with ads, but I did it through conversations, right? Conversations that convert. That's how I did it. Live video, conversations, DMs, book a call or apply, close. Like that's what I did. So I wasn't heavily focused on my email list. So as the years have passed, as I've grown my email list, like at peak, we've been at 15,000, which we would definitely be more than that. But we clean our lists all the time because it costs money to have people on your list. So you want to make sure that you're paying for people that are actually engaged, which is also why our email rates are really high. We clean our list. Okay. So we'll talk more about that in just a second. But I say all this to say that the power of email, my mindset has really shifted from like originally, like, and I think getting to your first 10K month, 6 figures, you really don't need to focus on growing an email list. I think you should grow it, but it doesn't have to be your primary focus. Like it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be. Now, the smart business owner, I'm going to say, yes, you should have it in place, still get people on your email list and then start sending emails, because what I wish I would have done was got more savvy and understood the power of email back then. So I'm telling you two truths. You don't need an email list to hit your first 6 figures, right? You don't even need an email list to hit 7, to be honest. You really don't, but it's not a wise decision not to do that. Okay. So you take it as you will. You're clearly listening to this episode for a reason. So I think you might want to build your email list. Okay. So let's talk about it. And I'll also kind of just touch on really quick, like, why looking back, I wish I would have focused more on my email list in 2019, 2020, and even 2021. I didn't really start focusing on my list till end of 2021, 2022, and now 2023. I look back because there were so many amazing folks on my email list. I was getting leads for so inexpensive that I could have probably tripled my revenue simply by sending more emails. I would go months without sending my list an email, and I would still get really high open rates because I was consistent. My ads were consistently showing up. I was consistently on social media, in some way, shape, or form, right? But I look back and there's a lot of missed opportunity and missed revenue, period. Like there's no other way to put it, because I wasn't creating that bond offline with those folks. Okay. And I wasn't using it to sell my products. I was scared, to be honest. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm going to be annoying, which is crazy because I'm on tons of people's emails lists and I love opening emails. That's the one thing that you're going to find people, they're going to be in their email. Like, I don't care what you got to say about it. People are in their email. So it's the one place where you can you can always reach your people, period. Okay. So take that as you will. I learned my lesson, and we send emails multiple times per week now. We're working up to sending emails every day. That's a Q3 goal, Q4 goal. So yeah, and it's beautiful what our email list has done for us. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the power of your email list and why you need to be building it, and then you do as you wish. I think you should go build your email list. Okay, so first things first, right? When we think about building our email list, and I'll talk about like ways to do that too, but I'm gonna talk about the why first, right? Why building our email list is so important is because it's going to give you and help you build connection with your audience offline. And the mindset side of this thing is building connection on and offline, right? And I'm talking about off social media, I should say, because it's still online, but it's off social media. Is that it's a deeper, more intimate connection. And you can ask your people on email of different things. You can ask them to show up differently. You can ask them to be differently because it's a small, I mean, relatively small, whether it's 5, 10, 20, 50,000, it's still not exposed to the public. So you're able to build that intimate connection and relationship with the people on your email list because they have chosen to be there. If somebody sees your social media post, they may not have chose to see your social media post, but they chose to opt into your email list. They chose to grab your freebie or your mini course or your masterclass. They chose that. So they have intent, high intent, because they want to be there. So when I think about building that community and connection, that is so important when we think about when our algorithm changes on social media, right? You have to be able to reach your people. You can't sell if you can't reach your people. So if we're thinking smart about the longevity of our business, right, building connection on social media and off social media is only beneficial for everybody involved. Okay, so if that's not a big, like, I could just end the podcast now. Like, that's a big enough why to want to build that, because when we think about the energetic exchange of money, which is sales, you can sell to your email list because they want to be there, because they've opted in, because they have intent, they've raised their hand, they've clicked an ad, they've opted into your freebie. They want to be there to solve their problem. Okay? Period. So connection and communication is really important. The second thing about building your email list on why it's so important is that it establishes authority, right? So many people, like even myself back in the day, not anymore, are unwilling to do it because, quite frankly, I was just being lazy and I was ignorant. I didn't really know. I could have found out, but I chose not to know, A. And B, I was being lazy about it. I was prioritizing other things. So if you have somebody that's consistently showing up in your inbox, they're about their business. They're about helping you and solving your problem, right? And of course, we know to solve their problem best, you need to sell to them. So you're able to disarm them from a psychological standpoint, because when people are disarmed, they're going to open up. They're going to be vulnerable with you. They're going to ask questions. They're going to accept what you're giving to them because you have been consistent, right? Because you've built that authority, and it doesn't take long. It's not like you need to have a 365-day, like forever email funnel. Like I hear people talk, that's crazy to me. I would never do that. But what I do know to be true is that when I more consistently over the last 6 months to 9 months that I've been in people's email inboxes, the more authority that I have, the more that people respect the craft and the work that I do, the more that people ask questions, and the more sales we've created. Okay. That's just a fact. Like the numbers show that. Like we track our clicks, we track like with analytics, like we have a whole thing set up and we can see which sales are coming from email, period. Okay. So you establish that authority and people respect you and they respect your work and they respect themselves because they're like, I want to continue to consume this information. Okay. So that's the second why you should be building your email list. The third big why, obviously, is about sales. Like sales. The third reason why you should be building your email list and focusing on it is, of course, sales. Sales is queen. Okay. So our business has to have sales to make money. That's how you make money. You make sales. And because you've built connection, you've built authority, and now you have the leverage and the ability to sell to your email list. And what you don't do, you can't reach all of your audience on social media because of constraints outside of your control. But what you can do on your email list is you can reach all 1,000 or all 2,000 or all 20,000 or 100,000 people on your email list. That's what you can do. Okay. And because email is such an intimate place, people are going to be more apt to buy from you because you've built that authority, you built that connection, and now they're like, hell yeah, I trust you. I'm going to buy your thing. You've been consistent. I know who you are. I know, like, trust you. I want to buy from you. I've just been waiting for the right sale, the right time, or the energetic match, right? Because now they're now an energetic match for you because you sent that email, because you moved them, because you got them to say, damn, I need it. Okay. So by creating a community, I've said this for a long time, and I did a lot with Facebook groups and like all that before. By creating a community on or offline, on social media or off social media, doesn't matter where it is, you create a brand, and a brand can sell anything at any time. And that's the magic in growing your email list and building your email list, because nobody can take your email list away from you. Okay, sure, the software can shut down. Okay, you can download all your emails, upload into another software. You have the ability to connect and contact people. That's how you make sales. If you don't have the ability to connect and contact people, you can't make any sales. Okay, so when we think about prioritizing, like I really want you guys to prioritize your email list. I know I said earlier you can do it or you're not, but you really need to do it if you're thinking about longevity of your business and your brand, and thinking about being able to generate revenue at any time. Your email list is what's going to give you the freedom to sell anything at any time, create money on demand. When I talk about that in my more manifestation episodes and mindset episodes, this is a masculine doing that creates a feminine flow. The emails, the ads, all that like more masculine stuff is what actually gives you the ability to create the feminine flow. Okay, you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. It's a yin and the yang. It's a masculine and the feminine. It all has to work together. So focusing on building your email list is only going to better you. It's an asset. Like if you ever go to sell your business, personal brand or not, right? Personal brands are harder to sell, but like if you ever go to sell like, and I'll just be very honest, our goal is to sell the online coach shop with the online digest, Coach Digest, because it's our newsletter business with our coach shop. It's a 2-in-1 deal. So when we go to sell that shop's going to be making 6 figures a month minimum, bare minimum, right? Cash. And the newsletter is going to be driving the sales for it. So my only job right now and my team's job is to make sure we have great products in the shop and we build our email list with ads. That's it. So we spend, however amount of money to build our email list, $100 a day, $200 a day, but we offset that with the sales from the shop. So we're fucking net equal from the jump. And then from there, right after that, it's all profit. So I'm getting paid to build my email list with my shop, my digital products. I'm getting paid to build my email list for free, basically. Because I sell products to offset the ad spend, and it just keep feeding the machine. And then eventually some of those people will upsell into my high ticket or into my mastermind or to my one-to-one, whatever level that they're at. That's how you stack your income. That's how you allow the mechanics and the tangible and the masculine energy work for you so that you can be in your feminine flow and ease and all those things. Okay, because I'm not sitting here playing with my ads 24/7. I'm not sitting here building out funnels 24/7. I'm not sitting here building new products all the time. And when I am building products is creative, which is feminine. Okay, and all of this ties back to I'm able to sell products on my shop every single day because I email about it pretty much every single day, right? Because I'm saying, hey, we have this product that's on sale. Hey, we have this thing that's on sale because we have something for them, right? So when we think about, and I'm going to switch to the how to build your email list really quickly, and I'm going to tell you guys one basic way. I'm not going to give you, there's a million different ways you can build your email list. I actually wrote a newsletter about it, so we'll pop that. I wrote a newsletter about how I grew to 15,000 subscribers. I'll pop that. You can go subscribe to my newsletter as well. If you want to, you should. It's the bomb. It's so good. I send out an email every Saturday, a long form email. It's of all value. I send that out every Saturday. And then I send our list emails pretty much every day during the week. A few times a week right now, we're working up to every day, right? So, because here's the thing, when we send more emails, we make more sales. Like, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? So I will link you guys how I grew to 15,000 subscribers on my newsletter, but I'm going to just give you the simplest way to grow your email list right now. So, I'm an ads girl, period. So there's obviously ways, organic, go read the newsletter about it, the post, but my favorite way to grow my email list, my newsletter, is with ads and Facebook and Instagram ads, period, right? I'm actually dabbling in Twitter ads and they're actually really good. But my favorite way, hands down, to grow my email list is with Instagram and Facebook ads. And what I do, the thing in the middle, like the nurture content is different, but if you're very bare bones just starting out growing your email list, I would run a very simple ad to an opt-in, like a free lead magnet, a guide, a checklist, a training, something like that. And then I would, in exchange for that training or that value, you would take their email and you would give them the training. It's an equal energy exchange. If you want my free guide or checklist or workbook, give me that email, honey. Okay? Because now I'm gonna serve you and I'm gonna sell to you at the same damn time. Okay? So growing your email, and then from there we have different ways. We put them in our community. They're on our email list. We get them on our Instagram. We have our Facebook group. We have different ways that we move people through our pathways, and then from there, if they're a good fit, we're like, hey, we have our 7-figure upgrade program. We have our accelerator program. Like, depending on where you're at in your journey, right? Do you need more money mindset and like how to become a 7-figure earner, act like a 7-figure earner, like more mindset and embodiment? Great. Come into the 7-figure upgrade. If you need the more mechanical stuff, the technical, the masculine, come into the accelerator, right? And that's what we do. And we have conversations. We send emails. We ask people to apply to work with us, like all the time. So it's one of those things that I've gotten everybody in my team and myself so comfortable with selling. It doesn't feel icky. It doesn't feel gross, because I know selling to my people on my email list and on my socials and all those things, right? Specifically my email list, like it feels so easy, right? If I want to call in, I want to call in a new client today, send out an email. I want to serve this person, send out an email. I'm going to sell this product today because it's going to change somebody's life, send out an email, right? Now, obviously there's a flow and like, there's a way that you should send emails and like the structure. And I can kind of talk on that too really quickly. But outside of that, you guys, it's just sending an email at the same time once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Like just do that. And that's going to keep them engaged, right? Because what we don't want is to like, what I did at the beginning is like not send emails for 6 months and then try to sell out of the blue. Like, don't do that. That feels kind of weird. I'm not saying it's good, bad, or the other. It just feels weird. So if we could be more consistent, you're going to get more sales because you're serving more people. So let's just do that. Okay. So I'll kind of walk you guys through what our flow is right now. So we have a weekly flash sale in our shop. So we send that out. We're playing with the days, but we send that out, and that's usually like a 1 to 3 day flash sale depending on what the product is, etc. So we send that out. That's an email. We also have we have this podcast, which we are now going to be sending out emails on Mondays. Hey, listen to the podcast. And then during the week, like I'll do an email, like an aspirational, inspirational email about like, I'll storytell. Like I'll write most of our emails. Our sales emails, my team writes, but most of them now, because I've trained them. But as far as our inspirational, aspirational emails, when I'm asking people to apply to work with us, things like that, for our higher ticket programs, or join our, like, if we have any live workshops or something like that, live trainings, those are written by me, because the best show up rates and the best engagement that we get is from people that have read the story and they're ready to transform. Okay. And that's it. So I'll send out 1 or 2 of those a week. We'll send out about our flash sale. That's 1 or 2 emails. And then I send that newsletter every Saturday. And then we send out an email about our podcast. And that's it. That takes us through the week. So that alone has increased. Like last week alone in our shop, we did about 1.5, 1.6K. We just relaunched the shop last week. We did almost $2,000 in a week we sent 5 emails. Not too shabby, right? And our email list isn't even that big. Like at peak it was 15, and we still have all those contacts, but we only send it out to about 50% of those people, because the way they're segmented on our list, we have another program, like whatever. So we only send it out to about 50% of our list, because that's the 50% that actually like are interested in the online coach shop and like coaching and digital products and things like that. So just imagine, like, as we grow our email list, like get paid to grow your email list, right? Like how beautiful is that? The mindset behind that of like, wow, like I get paid to just create. And that's what inspired me to create our shop. Okay. So all in all, email lists is the way. It's like, it's the way. Like it's the limitless upgrade, beautiful, magical way, because you're in a place of serving and selling both, right? We don't have to say we're selling through service. Like it's both. We're serving and we're selling, always, in all ways, right? So if this hasn't inspired you to start your email list, you definitely should. We use ActiveCampaign. I love it. Some other recommendations are ConvertKit, Kajabi email, MailChimp, if you're brand new, I would say. Those are my recommendations. I've used all of those in some way, shape, or form, but ActiveCampaign is my favorite. There's so many different segmentations and all the things that you can do. So yeah, I think you make a commitment to being consistent and showing up on your email list day one. Keep your emails your sales emails 150 words or less. Your aspirational emails, try to keep those I can be a little long-winded, so I try to keep them under 300 words. But I'm really working towards getting my emails shorter, because I find that the shorter, straight to the point, but that knee-jerking, she's got me, and I'm captured into her story, and I'm ready to change my life, those ones perform the best, okay? And when we think about subject lines too, keep those really short, 2 to 5 words, 2 to 6 words, no more than that, okay? And we have on average, we have an average a 50 to 60% open rate. And we just getting started, honey. Okay, so, and my goal is to keep that as we scale the email list to our first 100,000. Period. So that's that, you guys. Your email list is your money maker, honey. Your email list is your money maker. So if you're not focused on your email list, you should be. I just gave you all the reasons why. It's going to change the game for you, and it's going to really, really help you. So if you want to know more about how to grow your email list on autopilot, I'm going to have a link to our masterclass. It kind of talks about how to generate leads on autopilot to build your email list. It's going to be in the chat. It's a complete game changer. It's so good. I walk you through our proprietary ad system that's going to allow you to generate 5, 10, 15, 20 plus email subscribers every single day. And then talk about how you can also get those people in to buy products, right? Small digital products, so you're offsetting your ad spend. So grab that free masterclass. The link's in the comments. Watch it, check it out. And if you love it, there'll be an offer at the end. So that's it, you guys. Your email list is your moneymaker. I'm here for it. I will never go back to not growing and focusing on my email list, because as I grow my email list, we make more money, we serve more people, and that's my damn purpose, okay? I love y'all, and go grow those email lists, y'all. Go build them, grow them, sell to them, serve them, and love on them, okay? Because the world needs more of you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.